Passport, presented by Television One, in association with Bell South.
Hello there! 1,000 years ago, this was the heart of one of the most extraordinary civilizations. Today, the ruins here of the ancient city of Chichen Itza survive as one of the most fascinating monuments in the world. We're actually halfway across the world, the starting place for this week's contest for a passport to Mexico. Passport is the ultimate challenge for two couples. This week, Caroline and Ian Kirby from Leeds and Calum and Allison Morrison from Glasgow. For them, just getting to Mexico will involve over 20 hours of travelling. At Gatwick, they have no idea where they're going or what they'll be asked to do. At this stage, all they've been told is to look for the passport check-in. Hey, good morning. This is your passport to Mexico.
No, Mexico. Brilliant. Not the Isle of Wight then, anyway.
For the winners, it's a passport to Mexico and the chance to explore some of the most exciting locations in the world. For the losers, I'm afraid, 2 return tickets back to Gatwick Airport. Mexico is a unique mix of cultures and traditions. The contestants are flying first to Cancun on the Yucatan Peninsula. They'll then be travelling onto the ancient ruins of Chichen Itza, the old colonial town of Merida, and the island paradise of Cozumel. So this is just the start of the journey for our contestants. Allison Morrison's a physiotherapist working with disabled children. To keep fit, she goes running most evenings and works with the Venture Scouts, which was where she met Calum. He's the assistant leader of a group of disabled scouts. This takes up most of his time when he's not working as a civil servant. He's also a keen astronomer. Ian Kirby is a supervisor in a chemical plant. In his spare time, he likes mountain biking. His wife Caroline works in a travel agent's, but her job doesn't involve travelling herself. She does aerobics to keep fit, and together they recently abseiled down a hotel in Leeds for charity. They've been on a plane for 15 hours, but there's still a long way to go, and all they've been told is to look out for a friendly taxi driver. The Yucatan Peninsula is quite remote from the rest of Mexico. It was the traditional home of the ancient Mayan people. Nowadays, it also has Mexico's newest holiday resort, Cancun. But for the moment, the contestants are leaving both the coast and the 20th century behind. And this will eventually be their rendezvous nearly 20 hours after leaving Gatwick. This is Chichen Itza, the once grand city of the Mayans, and these monuments are 1,000 years old. They were built after a long and sophisticated civilization. To bring you a little bit more up to date, though, it's actually 30 degrees now in the shade. It's very humid. And in the jungle over there are snakes and mosquitoes.
Vámonos a la selva. Vamos a la selva.
No. This bit, this is a bit dodgy. Oh. We don't know where we're going, do we? Hi! Oh, I'm so relieved to see you. Hi. How are you feeling?
A bit hot.
I think that's the understatement of the day, actually. That'll teach you to bring so much luggage, you see. Good to see you. Ian, Caroline, Calum, Allison. Is that right? From now on,
the contest has started in a way, because everything you'll hear, or you might hear me saying or describing, you could be asked about later on. We need to get you changed. I think you'll be relieved after, how many hours? 27 hours or something in those clothes. There you go. And some kit for you. If you go and get changed, when you're back, we'll get going with a vengeance.
Chichen Itza was the heart of the Mayan civilization. They were great architects, and they also understood astronomy and mathematics. And one of the Mayans' greatest achievements was a unique and accurate system of calculating time and dates.
And this extraordinary monument, the Pyramid of Kukulkan, was the key to it. It was built 900 years ago. It's made of limestone, and there are actually 365 steps, one for each day of the year, 91 down each face. And it's thought that the Mayans actually moved flags up and down the steps so that wherever you were in the city, one look at the pyramid here and you could tell exactly what date it was. They also developed a more manageable version of the calendar. It was a circular calendar, and contained in it were a beautiful set of hieroglyphics, one for each month. And I have an example of one here. This is actually what you're going to be looking for. Over there, you'll see over 200 columns. That's the Temple of the Warriors. Hidden amongst those columns are 12 hieroglyphics. Calum and Allison, you'll be looking for gold ones. Ian and Caroline, you'll be looking for silver ones. When you've found these hieroglyphics, the idea is to transport them to the top of the temple up there, where you'll find a replica of the sort of calendars the Mayans used, and the idea is to place the hieroglyphics into the calendar. 3, 2, 1, go.
Where are you going? Not quite running, is it? Well, it's really stuck out of it,
Yeah,
like that.
stuck out, obvious, yeah.
Do this methodically.
We'll just go right down.
Run down one, back up to the next.
You got one?
Just keep going.
Oh, there's one there.
There's one, Calum. Huh? Up there. Right.
One there.
Got another one. What do you got?
Okay. Well, there's a gold one there. We've gone past the gold. There's another one.
Right.
Got one to get.
Right.
What's that?
One more.
It's right down at the far end. Right at the far end, I think, on that side.
There it is.
It's there. I've seen it. Got it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not much in it as they get near the top, so the result will depend on who can piece together the calendar first. No two hieroglyphics are the same shape, so there's only one way to put the puzzle together.
They do all fit, though I agree they don't look at this stage as if they do. We have a winner. So Calum and Allison, you will have 5 points.
Next, they have to race to the top of the calendar pyramid itself. But there is a catch. They also have to pick up a flag and place it on a step that represents a specific date. Remember, this whole pyramid is a calendar. Each step is a day of the year. The dates they've got to put the flags on are the spring and autumn equinox. That's March the 21st for the green team and September the 21st for the oranges. They've been told the bottom steps are January the 1st and July the 1st. So all they've got to do is count the steps to find out where they should be leaving the flags.
We're going out where, are we? Said he couldn't put it down.
Not only have they got to put the flag on the right step, they've got to carry their calendars right to the top. Remember, first to the top wins 5 points.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Oh. How many is there?
15, 16, 17, 18.
Halfway up, the oranges have a slight lead.
When do I put the flag down?
I tell you.
Oh. Which step are you going down?
It's that one. Come on.
The oranges are losing valuable seconds now.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
Well done, the greens.
It's literally 2 seconds in that flat too. You're right.
Yeah.
Well done. Certainly Ian and Caroline got to the top with 2 seconds. 2 seconds to spare. You've got all the hieroglyphics, you've got a calendar at the top. The big test is the flag. You took the spring equinox. There's 91 steps in all, and if you count backwards, it should be on the 12th step down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think you're relieved. You were right. Well done. So that's 5 points to you. So Dave, how are we doing so far?
At the end of the calendar game, both couples have scored 5 points.
It's completely shattering that. I've done that track up and down a few times, so it really gets to your thigh muscles. You won't be able to walk tomorrow. Oh dear, and you're meant to be really fit, Alison. Alison is a complete keep fit expert, aerobics twice a week and a lot.
But it was just, I got too breathless. It wasn't so much the climbing, my legs, it's just the breathlessness.
Right.
How good.
Can, what's it like for you, because you're an archaeologist, sitting up here with all this spread beneath you? It's a kind of complete dream to be here.
It is, yeah. I remember reading about this place years ago and never in a million years thought I'd actually be here.
Time and date were really the key to the Mayan way of life. Their religion linked time, worship of the sun and moon, and astronomy in a way that resembles modern-day astrology. You'd have been a good Mayan, Calum.
Yes,
Another
possibly.
of his interests. Astronomy. Is this a serious interest, astronomy?
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the most serious ever since I lived in the Isle of Lewis and out to Hebrides. I've been interested because the skies are nice and dark up there.
So what, did you used to go and sit on your mountain top and peruse the...
Yeah, well, yeah, I have been known to.
We're getting quite a picture of Calum here. Very, very, very strange. Now, I've got something in here. Might horrify you. We've now entered a kind of Mayan classroom. That's your chalk. Because, apart from time, date, calendars, the Mayans also had a very sophisticated form of mathematics.
Oh no!
I thought you'd enjoy this one. On those two blackboards, there are two sums. The first has got an answer, the second hasn't. It's up to you to work out the second answer. All right? Ready, steady, go. It's a race against time. The first one gets 5 points.
3 plus 6 plus 3.
3 dots
Uh-huh.
is the equivalent of a line with 1 dot above it. You reckon? Yeah, so.
I haven't got any of them. Oh, I can bottom line.
Not impressed so far. Very sorry.
No, we'll give some hints, I think.
I should be able to do this. It's obviously a funny number base, but what's
it's incredibly,
the best
incredibly simple. Can't fathom it.
No.
If you look at it, there are just two symbols. All you're looking at is the fact there's two symbols. One's a line and the other's a dot.
Still struggling. No, I haven't got it.
Can I just interrupt you? You do look a bit stumped. If I give you a clue now and tell you that the Mayans were almost certainly the first race to invent a binary system, and if I tell you in this case that the lines represent 5 and the dots are 1, it should be easy.
The line represents a 5. You got your pen? The line's 5 and the dot's 1. So that's
3 dots.
6
Hang on, don't leave it leave.
Short circle, isn't it? Short circle. I'm guessing.
4 dots.
4 dots.
So it's 1 more.
Stop!
Right, or not?
We have a winner here. 4 dots Ian did, and as you obviously thought of adding an extra one there, that was so close. Can I just say that was completely pathetic? So let's see how it should have worked. The Mayan binary system, they have a dot representing 1 and a line representing 5. So for example, the sum we completed is 5, 10, 11, 12, 13 plus 3, which is 5, 10, 15, 16. Okay? Yeah. And the sum that was incomplete that you had to work out was a line being 5, 6 plus 5, 10, 11, 17 minus 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, which is equal to 4. Yeah. It's so deeply, deeply simple. Dave, how did you get on?
Very well, Annie. All mine work this one. We've got the green team, Ian and Caroline, in the lead with 2 lines.
Descendants of the Mayans still live in the small villages all around, although Chichen Itza itself has been deserted for centuries. Many Mayan relics were destroyed when the Spanish conquistadors invaded the Yucatan in the 16th century, so there's a lot we'll never know about how their ancestors used to live.
So everyone has a theory about absolutely everything, including this stadium. 1,000 years ago, this arena would have been ringing with the cheers of hundreds of spectators as they settled down to watch the next big ball game. The game is actually played, we think, across the arena, from that side to that side, watched by the king in his luxury grandstand back there. There were 7 aside, and the idea was to pass the ball to the ledges here, where each team captain would be, and he would then hoist the ball up through the rings there, a bit like basketball. Now, as yet, our contestants know nothing at all of all that, and that really is the point of the next game. Well, you were lousy at maths. Let's see how you are on creativity. You're actually standing in an old ball court, 1,000 years old. They used to play a ball game here, 2 teams, and that's more or less all I'm going to tell you, because in about 10 minutes' time, a coachload of Americans are turning up. Now, they're not plants, they're not set up, they are genuine American tourists. They're going to expect to be met by some professional guides, which is you. And you're going to take those Americans round, this whole arena. You're going to point out everything you see. You're going to explain how the game worked. You're going to give them facts and figures. And you're going to be completely believable. And if you're not, you've lost. We'll leave you alone for a few minutes. I'm going to meet the tourists now.
What are we going to tell them? We don't know anything about it.
I can say all sorts. What are you going to say?
I don't know.
Just say a cake. It's up to you.
To people.
Make it up and just make it sound believable.
It's a kind of mixture of hockey and what?
And shinty. Shinty from Scotland,
yeah,
right?
Okay.
What are these? Are these things on the end?
Serpents that led them into the next life.
I'm from the Tour Guide Association in Britain, and our job is to train young people to become tour guides in Mexico.
7. 7's always a magic number. Everybody knows that.
What about a prize?
Well, as a prize is you get sacrificed to the gods, isn't it?
We would like you to really put them through their paces, and they're going to demonstrate to you how they can be the best tour guides that Mexico has ever seen.
There were sacrificed there and there are blood stains now.
Well, you can say that if you want.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your cooperation. I'd like to quickly introduce you to 2 very experienced tour guides here, Calum and Allison. They're from Glasgow in Britain. There's nothing they can't tell you about Mexico, basically. I'm sure you'll find them very entertaining and informative. Please feel free to ask any questions along the way. Good luck.
Thank you, Annika. If you'd like to come this way, we'll start over here. Calum.
Right. Good afternoon and welcome to the 2,500-year-old Mayaball Stadium.
I know you'll be in very safe and secure hands. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Buenos dias.
Afternoon.
It's a very short, quick guide. We'll just give you the highlights and the most interesting points. So if we can just walk this way, if it's not too hot for you, we had a pleasant day.
What we've seen is a very stylised representation of the teams that actually took part in this contest. There were 25 players in each team. Obviously not all of them are represented along here. And the rules of the game are basically that there are no rules.
What kind of ball game was it? I mean, is it like baseball, soccer?
Right. It was a game actually very similar to, you may be familiar with shinty or lacrosse.
In fact, it's a combination of football and what we today call basketball, as seen by these two hoops on the opposite side of the wall.
Was the winning team the one that got the ball through the hoop or the losing team?
Right, the game actually lasted 2 hours, and you can imagine 2 hours in this hot sun is a pretty long game, and generally not all the players survived. Some of them actually keeled over and died halfway through the game.
The opposing team would, of course, have to mount this wall against the other team who were kicking them back down, and no rules, of course. It was like a vine leaf ball for most occasions, but on special occasions, on the King's birthday, for example, they would use a human head.
It was always ladies that played in this stadium. Men were actually too wimpy to play here, I'm afraid.
No.
So, so the ladies were the ones who played here.
What was the king called?
Well, there were several kings.
There
King Alfred. Well, we don't really know.
No.
You know, if there's 11 guys playing this game, how come this thing is so long and they've only got 2 goals?
That's a good question, and it took a lot of studying, did that?
The winning team's captain was sacrificed, and this was a great honour to be for your head to be sacrificed to the gods. And so her head was removed from her shoulders, and it was thrown through the hoop.
Your deal's over.
Oh, the time is up. The Mexican tourist boat won't like this, I don't think.
Absolutely brilliant.
Right.
Ian and Caroline are just finishing off now.
What was the winning score of the game?
Well, they used to
Winning
just
score?
yeah, they used to play until, say, 10 goals had been scored. If it was a good team, they could score 10 goals in half an hour, and otherwise it might take a day.
If you believe that, you'll believe anything. I'm quite shocked at what I just heard. Anyway, sure you'd like to give them a round of applause, and the other team. Well, I'm quite staggered at the amount of rubbish I've just heard, but I think you've started something, because suddenly loads of coaches have arrived, there's tourists everywhere. So the précis of your particular version was that there were 25 women on each team. The object of the game was to beat each other around the head a lot, and they used a sheep's stomach as a ball. But the funny thing was, you know, you thought you were being wildly creative when you said the winning captain got his head lopped off. That's the one bit we know is true. So you were completely accurate then.
I didn't need it, honestly.
You were a bit more conservative. You had 11 men aside,
Yeah.
and a king called Alfred.
Yeah.
That is not good. You could have managed Alfredo at least or something, but it was great. And Lewis here, who's a local tour guide, was listening in on every word, and when he wasn't picking himself up from the floor having laughed, I think you had some good observations to make. What did you think?
Well, amigos, I think, you know, both things they were really good, but the green team was great, especially the gentleman was able to really roll out, you know, all the information.
The lies.
With a few lies here and there, but it was quite interesting. But I believe that the other team, you know, with the orange color, they were, you know, more convincing in some ways.
Very convincing.
Very convincing.
So what you're saying really is these are the better liars.
Yeah, definitely this one better liar.
Okay, so Allison and Calum, you get 5 points there.
Thank you.
Dave, the score.
And at the end of the tour guide game, a real cliffhanger, Annie, both teams have got 10 points.
Talk us through it. What happened?
I think I was let down by Caroline there, but anyway.
Excuse me, I feel an imminent divorce coming on
The
here.
talking a load of rubbish bit, I thought I'd be quite good at that, but anyway.
No, I've heard you are good at that.
Yeah.
I've heard the people in your local pub have said you're very good at that particular aspect.
Yeah.
Brother, abseil down the hill. The fell that do that.
Why did you and Ian abseil down the hill
We did
from
it for
Hotel?
charity for the St James's Hospital.
And did you get to the bottom?
Yeah. Bit frightening, but I'd rather do that than that.
It was that bad,
last
was
programme.
it? Now, hang on. Through there, you can just make out a car. This could be interesting, especially for you, Ian, I think.
Uh-oh.
Volkswagen Beetle.
Think you're going to fit in, Ian? The classic Beetle car is actually a typically Mexican form of transport. They still build them here, and it'll take us the next 60 miles of our journey to the regional capital of Merida. Merida was founded by the Spanish in 1542. It was once a very wealthy town. The money came from rope making. Today there's a little less money, but no less atmosphere.
is Los Almendros, which is actually the best restaurant here in Merida. And we thought you deserved a bit of a sit down. Ian, why don't you sit here? Caroline, Allison, Calum, take a seat. I think you're feeling pretty hungry by now. Having taken a look at some of these dishes, maybe you're not. But I thought I'd tell you a bit about Yucatan food here. It's actually a combination of centuries-old Mayan peasant food and some of the influences that were brought over by the Spanish. There's a lot of tortillas involved in everything, a lot of spices and chili. This is a bowl of chili here. Caroline, if you look at your dish, that's actually called papazulas. When the Spanish arrived, this was the first dish that the locals prepared for them. And there's a tortilla there, hard-boiled eggs, sauce of pumpkin seed, fried tomatoes. Thought you'd be very interested in that. Allison, that's a cracking dish if ever I saw one. That is actually charcoal broiled Yucatan sausage, right? And that's made with pork, spices, and vinegar. Calum, what you've got there are panuchos yucatecos. That's fried tortilla stuffed with fried beans. Mine is arroz con pollo. It's a chicken mixed with rice with sweet peas, fried bananas. And Ian, what can I say? That is really the speciality of the house, I think. It's called pavo en relleno negro. Surprisingly, it's just stuffed turkey with pork. There's hard-boiled eggs there, hot peppers, a lot of Yucatan spices. Everything has a lot of those. And there's a festival every November the 2nd when the Mayans remember their dead. And this is the special meal that they create in honor of that festival, right?
Do you dare me to?
It's different, isn't it?
It's different.
Yeah. Really, the food in this region is different. That's the way to describe it. I've heard you're a bit of the old Keith Floyd at home. That's what we heard. Isn't this true, Caroline?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. He's a better cook than I am.
Really? Well, as you'll see over on that table there, there's 6 waiters who are very hungry. And the idea is that you prepare them 6 completely new Mexican dishes, 3 per couple. We want you to be as original and creative as possible. There's a lovely kitchen waiting for you through there. It's lovely. It's got everything you should want. Okay? Good luck is all I can say. You've got 20 minutes. There you are, some raw ingredients, there's a bit of general bits and pieces, and there's people all around you doing other things. It's really up to you, good luck.
I can't believe it. Right. We're going to have a walk around. Shall I be taking it off?
I mean, what is that?
I don't know. Steak?
No, pork.
Shall I be cutting this up here?
Chile dulce, ese es chile dulce.
No
pica, no.
Now, whatever else they cook, they must make tortillas. Now, the trick is getting them thin enough. You can do it by hand, or you can use a press. When they're flat enough, you put them on a hot plate. But, as Allison's about to find out, it is better to take the plastic off first.
Getting anywhere with that?
Just carry on, hurry up.
What are you going to do then?
We thought we would then do a snack.
No, you messed it all up. Disaster. I'm going to barbecue.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's the here. Would have been.
I'm stuck.
Well, do that into a kebab. Do that into a kebab.
You just keep doing that while I panic. I'm going to cheat now. Go on out here, do one then. Oh, look, I found some here. You better don't go like that. It's just for different stuff. No, need some lessons. Just like mother makes. Abandon. Can't do them at all. Do you want to have a go at them? Because I can't do them. Allison's got a big pile of about 50, perhaps you can borrow one of hers, yeah.
Allison has been frying plastic on the back of her tortillas. Ian's given up altogether and left you to it. Oh, that's a very nice one.
That's a brilliant one.
Whoa! Disaster. Dish number 2 just gone. Give me another banana. Shocky, Floyd, don't have to do all that.
That's not ours.
Oh. Just to say, there's about 3 or 4 minutes to go.
Which one?
Sorry about that.
I think I might be getting a little bit better.
Cheese. Right, we'll stick some of that in.
Back to number 2 cooker.
I think 2 or 3 on the plate. 3. Really pity these poor waiters who've got to eat this. Lots of chilies. I think you should slice some more chilies up. And what we're going to call them? Just make them. Ian, that looks stunning. What is it?
I'm still thinking of that bit.
Yeah.
Minute to spare, nothing to do. Very nice.
Are you ready for this?
That's probably the best one. Stir-fried peppers, chilies and garnish with coriander. And that's just a simple pepper chicken breast.
This is fried bananas. Yeah. Fried bananas and sausage, always a good combination, I think. Yeah. This is Allison and Calum.
Taco, I don't know what it is.
Pollo El Gonzo, my own creation. Grilled chicken with a piquant tomato, onion and chili sauce, served in a bed of rice with pickled chilies and boiled egg.
This plate has practically disappeared.
Very hot.
Hot chili.
Yeah.
Chili hot. Who's responsible for the chilies? That poor man really has a hard time.
But it's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Does he like it?
Yes, I like it.
If he likes it so much, why hasn't he eaten more of it?
Que si te gustaría comer otro más.
We want one ultimate dish as our winner. Just one.
One tacos.
Fried bananas.
The fried banana, the brown sausage, the eggs.
Sausage.
The fried banana and
The
sausage.
fried banana, the brown sausage, and the egg.
Who did this?
Yes.
I can't remember. Alison! Come forward, Alison. Those fried bananas stood you in good stead, Ian. Well done. So that's 5 points for Alison and Calum there. We're all so hot. Dave, what's the score?
And at the end of the very hot kitchen game, we have Ian and Caroline with 10 points, and Calum and Allison with 15 points.
Square in Merida where people gather and just have a drink and watch the world go by. And over there, as you can see, is a mariachi band. It's a very traditional part of Mexican life. The idea is that they serenade their lover. And that, unfortunately, is the next task. I'm sorry, how much humiliation can poor people take?
Buenas tardes, señores, señores. Muy gracias. Sierra Morena, cielo lindo vino bellano, un pane ochita negro, cielo lindo te causando. De la Sierra Morena, cielo lindo
cantando. Un par de ojitos negros, stiletto lindo de contrabando. Ay, 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 cante señores, porque cante celebrando, stiletto lindo de contrabando.
Tenis, siento liado giuntele. No filo d'agnate, siento liado. E Selena, que tienes cliento. No sile desee, vive dentro tu
Ay, 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 canta y llores, porque cantando se alegra y el lindo, lindo los corazones. Ay, 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 canta y llores, porque cantando se alegra y el lindo, lindo los corazones.
You could vote for our two couples. You heard Allison and Calum first. Could you give them a round of applause if you thought they were the better couple? Thank you very much. And now, the second team, this is Ian and Caroline.
They've made the judgment. I think we can safely say that Ian and Caroline, that was unrepeatable. First in this town, and you get the 5 points. Well done.
Thank you very much.
So Dave, after all that, what's the score now?
And after the mariachi game, Ian and Caroline picked up 5 points and the score's even again.
You hated that, didn't you?
Absolutely. It's awful. I was alright until I actually got up there in front of the band, and then that was it. I just wanted to go home completely. I just wanted to leave.
I think for most people what you've just done would be the ultimate nightmare. But you actually seem to be vaguely enjoying it at one point.
Yes, we were, yes.
How though?
I think just because of the setting and everything, it just was so nice.
We had to put the extra special effort in just to bring the points back up.
Oh, I see, that was it.
Yeah.
It was just sheer.
And then the crowd, encouragement from the crowd made you get involved, and we quite enjoyed it towards the end, yeah.
So, with the scores level, we're heading back to the Caribbean coast for the final challenge. In fact, our destination is the small island of Cozumel, some half an hour's boat ride offshore. It's where the Spanish first landed, and it used to be the haunt of pirates. But now it's a holiday resort and a major scuba diving centre. Cozumel is popular with divers from around the world. The diving boom started here after Jacques Cousteau discovered beautiful coral reefs here in the 60s.
Inspired by the fact that during the 17th and 18th century, this island was haven for some of the Caribbean's most notorious pirates. Pirates like Henry Morgan, John Lafitte. In fact, they practically ran this place. And all will make sense in a moment. So we're heading over there.
This next challenge now is a test of initiative, teamwork and stamina. We're talking about the pirates just now. Now, when they left Cozumel about 150 years or so ago, there have been many shipwrecks, and it's thought there's quite a lot of buried treasure scattered all over the island. Now, I happen to know there might be some over there. I'm not going to give you many more details than that, except you have 10 minutes to retrieve as much booty as you can. It's on the seabed. The snorkels and masks, buckets to help you if you choose to use them. That's all I'll tell you, except to say,
Here are a set of scales, and the winner will be the person who has the heaviest amount of booty at the end of 10 minutes. Okay? Good luck. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, no. Look it. It's a very long way, isn't it?
Try Finn.
Heck, we're just after going down once.
Get over here and I'll go. You need to be here to pass it. Geronimo!
Are the hero of the day. Come in for what it's worth, the other side. I mean, that was obviously difficult.
You're not kidding.
What's the main problem? Is it just the depth?
A lot deeper than it looks. And the water's so clear that you just don't get an impression of the depth. Everything looks so close, but when you try and get to it, it's miles away.
Right. Your pupils will be so proud of you, Alison. I mean, you just didn't give up though. Was it a nightmare down there?
It was. I mean, it's lovely once you get past the fear. It is nice down there, but when you know you have to get to the bottom, it's hard going.
How did you find it, Caroline?
All right. Just the swimming. I love swimming, but it's just diving deep down as far as that. It's a bit frightening. Yeah. But I enjoyed it.
And Ian, not your favourite sport?
Just a shock when I thought he'd just be able to whiz down to the bottom, but the salt, you've got to really fight against the salt, and I just found it.
We imagine with your height, you just
put
your toe down and bring something up.
Just seems such a long way to the bottom.
Right, so there it is, Ian and Caroline won. Allison and Calum, you managed to get 3 bits here. Well done. Dave, what's the score now?
Well, Annie, after the very deep diving game, Calum and Allison picked up the 5 points, bringing their score up to 20, and Ian and Caroline are still with 15.
So, with only 5 points in it, it's off to the hotel where the winners will enjoy their passport to Mexico. It's one of the most popular hotels on the island, and it's built right on the beach. The winners will also have a chance to explore more of Mexico, and they'll be taught to scuba dive. And this will be the winners' hotel suite. But first, there's a tough question and answer round to get through. So only 5 points between them and 2 points for every correct answer. Anything could happen.
A holiday is at stake here. There's 5 points in it at the moment. Ian and Calum have opted to answer the question. Are you ready? Here we go. How many steps are there up each of the 4 faces of the...
91.
Correct. Which major Yucatan city is only 20 years old?
Cancun.
Correct, Ian. Which famous diver bought the beauty of Cozumel? That's a tie. What is the name normally given to Mexico's Spanish invaders?
Conquistadors.
Correct, Calum. Which Caribbean island is nearest to Mexico?
Jamaica?
No. The answer's Cuba. What's the Spanish for beer?
Cerveza.
That was a tie. 3 horizontal lines with 1 dot above. In the Mayan counting system...
5. 16.
16 is correct, Calum. In which year did Mexico last host the Football World Cup?
No idea.
64.
No, the answer is 1986. In 1988, the Caribbean coast of Mexico was badly hit by a hurricane. What was this hurricane called? Correct, Calum. Name one of the famous pirates who sought shelter on Cozumel.
John Lafitte.
Correct. Well done, Ian. What sport is Cozumel most famous for?
Diving.
Correct. How many team members is it thought there were on a Mayan ball?
7.
Correct. What is the capital of the Yucatan?
Merida.
Correct. What is the Mexican currency called?
Peso.
Correct. Name one of the countries on Mexico's southern border.
Guatemala.
Correct. Before synthetics, which natural crop was used?
Sisal.
Correct. In addition to salt, what is the traditional accompaniment to a glass of tequila?
Lime.
Correct. What is the name given to the natural wells which dot the Yucatan?
Cento.
I think we'll give Ian that. Dave will quickly tot up the score then, because I haven't a clue at this point.
Annie, the final score is Ian and Caroline 29, Calum and Allison 42.
Very close. Very close. That's agony. Oh, well done. Well done. Well, the bad news, first of all, for Ian and Caroline is 2 return tickets. We're all off to Gatwick on the very next plane. But to make up for that, we've actually arranged a weekend for you two in the Lake District, and you'll get a chance to do all kinds of sports there. So I hope that makes up for your lack of holiday. Alison, you're not meant to be crying quite so much, because you've just won with Calum a 2-week holiday here, and I'm very glad to tell you that included in your passport to Mexico is a scuba diving course, which I think you need after the last game. Have a fantastic, fantastic holiday.
Beautiful. Oh, look at the view. Oh, it's lovely. Oh, excellent.